Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 10-Minute Elections. Today is Friday, July 3rd, 2020, as I wish everyone an early, happy 4th of July. I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video last. I've been away for a little while, but now I'm back and excited to get back to 10-minute election videos every Monday and Thursday. So today is that viewer-suggested video I talked about a little while ago. Peter Hamill, thank you for the suggestion. We're going to talk about the geographic strengths of the parties heading into and past the 2020 census and how that will affect it in terms of redistricting and the reallocation of electoral votes in the Electoral College. Next week, next Monday and Thursday, it's going to be about time to talk about that US Senate map again for 2020. That'll be a two-part video. Those Senate videos there are just so many competitive races to talk about. So that will be grab bag next Thursday. It's going to be the Senate race part 2. Okay, so the map that I have filled in here is not an electoral map projection. It's not a map that you're really used to seeing. All the states that are black, these are safe states now, and they will be safe states in the future. I know New Mexico I have classified as a safe state for the Democrats in 2020. That's mostly just because of Joe Biden's massive lead in the state and Donald Trump's unpopularity. In terms of the mean partisan lean of the state between generic candidates, I don't think as of right now a Democratic candidate would win by 15 points, but it's surely heading that way. But anyway, all of the black states are non-competitive states for the next decade, possibly the next 2 decades, although I really don't like to project things that far in advance. But at the same time, Democrats really aren't going to be winning Indiana anytime in the next 10, 20 years. Republicans aren't winning New Jersey anytime in the next 10, 20 years. So all of the states that are not in black, meaning actually a minority of electoral votes, are states that can be competitive or considered that way moving forward. This is a 2024 projected electoral map, of course. So the classification system with the shades of blue and red. A likely categorization does not mean this is a likely state. It does not mean it is going to be a likely state. That means that this state is heavily trending one direction. A likely Democrat means Arizona, meaning that state is moving very quickly to the Democrats in terms of the percentages in that state. Ditto for a state like Ohio. Ohio is moving very quickly into that Republican column. So a lean classification like Colorado for the Democrats or Minnesota for the Republicans, that means this state isn't moving as fast and furiously as one of the likely states like Texas, but there's certainly a trend there. It is certainly moving one way or another. And a tilt categorization, the ones we see in states like Florida or Pennsylvania, it's either going to be for states that aren't really going to be competitive but aren't safe and aren't exactly standing still, they are moving slightly in one direction, like Mississippi, or states that there is a trend, but it's very small, such as the Rust Belt state of Pennsylvania. So, starting out in the Southwest, this is a state that's gaining a lot of traction in the Electoral College. It's gaining congressional districts. Texas gets 3, Arizona gets 1, Colorado's getting 1. And this is an area that we see pretty much in totality is moving toward the Democratic Party. Nevada and Colorado are certainly trending toward the Democrats. I project Colorado as a safe state in 2024 and Nevada as a likely. In terms of the mean partisan index, the mean partisan sway, I think Nevada will eclipse that +5 threshold in 2024. But Arizona, that one is really moving into the Democratic column. Donald Trump won it by a decent margin in 2016 after John McCain in Barack Obama's 2008 landslide thumped Obama in the state, although it's partially because that was McCain's home state where he was extraordinarily popular. Arizona will be a blue state by 2028, and it'll probably be a blue state by 2024. That state as it becomes much younger and much more Hispanic, this is a state that is going to be in the Democrats' column if current trends continue. State of New Mexico, not too much to talk about here. It's slightly competitive right now. It's not going to be in a few years. This is going to move into the generally safe column for the Democrats. And the state of Texas. John McCain carried it handily like a lot of Republicans before him. The last Democrat to win here was Jimmy Carter all the way back in 1976. And seeing as regarding states Jimmy Carter won, how about Alabama? I don't think that's a very good indicator of where we are right now. But ultimately, Beto O'Rourke, nearly unseated then incumbent Republican and still incumbent Republican, Ted Cruz in 2018, that Senate race narrowed up to below 2 points. I rate the state as a lean Republican on the presidential level for this year, but if current demographic and voting shifts and trends continue, it'll be a tilt Republican in 2024 and a lean Democratic in 2028. So the Democrats are becoming much stronger in the Southwest, as well as Alaska. Don't read into that one too much. Again, just a tilt rating. It's inching over to the Democrats. It'll be a likely state in 2024, potentially safe. Moving down into the South, this is another area where Democrats are doing very well. So Virginia used to be a Republican state. It was a Bush state. It is moving handily and decisively into the Democratic column. North Carolina, I'm giving it that lean rating. The popular vote in the House elections in 2018 was 50-50. Essentially, Republicans edged out Democrats in that way. But with 2 congressional districts now going to the Democratic Party, this is a state where I rate as a lean Democratic trend just due to the suburban trend. 2018, the suburbs voted Democratic for the first time in decades. So that is something Republicans really need to be concerned about, quite frankly, on a fundraising level. And that's an area that's crucial for them to win back, because if Republicans lose the suburbs, there goes North Carolina, there goes Georgia, there goes maybe Texas. We'll see about that one. So South Carolina, this is a state that I rate as a lean, not because it's going to be competitive. It's just because it's trending left, and it's trending left faster than Mississippi. This is still going to be a likely state, really not much for Republicans to worry about here. But the state of Georgia is moving very quickly to the left. JHK now actually favors Joe Biden in the state of Georgia, and this is a state that we can expect to be a toss-up at worst for the Democrats in 2024. Florida, this one sometimes trends one way or another. In 2014, 16, 18, it was trending tilt red. Now it's trending tilt blue. This one ebbs and flows a little bit. Don't read too much into this one. So the Democrats are becoming much stronger in the Southwest, which is very good for them electoral-wise, and they are becoming much stronger in the South as well, an area that Democrats absolutely dominated for a century, but Republicans have largely won since. So let's move up into the Rust Belt. This is the only area where Republicans are becoming stronger in the country. State of Minnesota, it's still a blue state. It's likely blue on the presidential level, lean blue in terms of its general partisan lean. I'll show a partisan lean map in general somewhere in here. So it's 9 electoral votes, its population slightly not on par in terms of growth with the rest of the country. It's trending slightly red, with union workers defecting from the Democratic Party. Same with Wisconsin and Michigan. Iowa and Ohio becoming Republican very quickly, although Joe Biden's actually favored by JHK now to win Iowa narrowly. Pennsylvania's trending red, although because of there is not as much of a white working class presence in Pennsylvania as in, say, Michigan, it's not trending red as furiously, so I mark it as a lean. There's an argument for tilt. And in terms of not trending either direction, New Hampshire, it's staying in the lean Democratic column, and Maine at large, it's staying in the likely Democratic column. All right, I'm going to show that partisan lean map real quick. Okay, there you have it. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this. I'll discuss it in another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for next week's videos, and I will see you then.